Press the bell icon on YouTube and don't miss another update.
Hi and welcome to The Print. We have with us Mr. Sam Pitroda, who is the Chief of Indian Overseas Congress. So, sir, today there was a comment by you given to a news agency about the Pulwama terror attack, where they said that in a way you had questioned the airstrikes. So, what do you have to say to that?
It's wrong. I did not question airstrike. It is totally out of context. It was a 40-minute conversation in which the reporter asked me, and I said, look, I read New York Times quite often. I believe New York Times is pretty reputed. And New York Times said that the casualties were almost nil. So I would like to know a little more.
Right.
In a democracy, as a citizen, it is my right to question. It is important that we have a debate, discussion, dialogue, discourse. And I thought this was such a normal thing to do. Okay. I also emphasized two most important things. That I'm all for our Jawans. Our Army, Air Force did a superb job. I know our Jawans' families have sacrificed. I understand it is government's decision. I have nothing to question. But I'm asking questions on the facts.
Right.
Somehow this got twisted. I don't know how, I don't know who. To a point, Prime Minister of the country had to get involved.
Right.
I am completely flabbergasted.
He's tweeted about it using your
I am surprised.
statement.
I am surprised. This is not the issue today. Issue today is jobs. Issue today is what happened because of demonetization. Issue today is what happened because of GST. Issue today is what is happening to our farmers. Issue today is what are we going to do with our young upcoming population in terms of education, health and all. These are the issues. Issue is not about, the things that we are sort of highlighting today.
Right.
All of a sudden, everybody has jumped onto this. And I just cannot understand. It tells me a little bit about the Indian media. Mm-hmm. It tells me a little bit about Indian mindset. It tells me a little bit about our leadership. You need a big heart. You need a heart which says, okay, somebody is questioning, that's okay. You can say, look, we don't have an answer. Two, we are not going to give answers right now because it is important for our security. I understand that. Mm-hmm. Or there is no need to answer on these things. Okay?
Right.
Rather than doing that, it has been made into such an issue. Mm-hmm. I am amazed.
Do you think that the BJP is trying to politicize it and shift the narrative to nationalism by doing this?
I'm sure that their idea is to keep the narrative going on this, and the country probably wants narrative on the employment. Mm-hmm. Country today wants narrative on future plans, promises that this government made. They said they'll create tons of jobs.
Right.
Not only they did not create those jobs, but they also took a lot of jobs away. Mm-hmm. That should be the narrative and not this. Okay? And I'm sure, based on what I saw, the knee-jerk reaction, mm-hmm. to me it's a knee-jerk reaction.
Mr. Arun Jaitley has also tweeted on your statement.
I don't understand. Okay? I thought Arun Jaitley would have a little more sense. And, he's senior enough, and he said, okay, if Sam said that, it's all right. Mm-hmm. It's perfectly okay.
But the Congress itself is saying this is your individual statement.
This was my individual statement. I said it when I said it also. I prefix it by saying, look, I'm not saying on behalf of Congress party. Mm-hmm. I'm saying as individual Sam Pitroda. I said it in the interview. Okay? And I still say it. Mm. See, my training as an inventor scientist, engineer, is to question. I always question and I ask difficult questions. Because then only I learn to dig in. And I'm constantly questioning every move that I make personally. So it's natural for me to question. Yeah?
But sir, you have been, close to Mr. Rajiv Gandhi, to Sonia Gandhi, Rahul Gandhi. You've taken him to.
But that has nothing to do with this, na?
No, but my point is that when you say something like this, the message goes that probably these are their views also. Probably.
No, you can't say that. How can you just come to that conclusion? I don't understand. I mean, if I eat something, that doesn't mean they eat the same thing.
But it has definitely landed the Congress in a big soup.
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. It is your view. There is no soup. What is soup there? There is no soup. It will go away tomorrow. But I stand by what I said. I believe in what I said. I said it as an individual. Nothing to do with Congress party. Mm-hmm. This is my personal view. And I am entitled to question.
And you definitely want that there should be greater,
openness.
Proof?
Not proof. Openness.
Openness.
Okay. And I grew up in Gandhian values.
Right.
I was born in 1942. I'm 77 years old. And in our childhood, truth, trust, love, simplicity, non-violence were all important aspects we grew up with. Okay? So when I see some gossip and mistruth, it hurts me. Okay? Right. I can tell you right on the national station, I have never in my life had a need to lie. How many people can say that? Okay? So I believe in certain idea of India.
Right.
Okay? And if I question you, it's okay. You can say, I don't want to answer. Right. That's your privilege. And I respect that.
Right.
I want a dialogue. I want openness, transparency, accessibility, connectivity, networking, democratization, decentralization. Mm-hmm. Those are the ideas I believe in.
Right.
Okay? And I thought I was doing a normal thing.
Right.
Okay? I didn't know that I was opening Pandora's box.
But sir, do you think that Prime Minister Narendra Modi is more decisive compared to former Prime Minister Manmohan Singh when it comes to taking, decision regarding, let's say, terror attacks or any such important decisions?
I don't think so. I don't think so. You see, I worked with Manmohan Singh. He was very good as a Prime Minister. I worked with him for 10 years. It's a different style. Everybody has a style of management. Some are terrors, some are servants, public servants, some are strategists, some are father figures, some are analytical.
Right.
Okay, so you have all kinds of styles of leadership. Okay. Everyone has their own way of doing it. Dr. Manmohan Singh believed in certain things. He probably believed a lot more in restraint. He probably believed a lot more in thinking through, taking time. Others could have a knee-jerk reaction. Mm-hmm. Okay? I mean, what is happening vis-a-vis this topic is a knee-jerk reaction. Okay? Any senior wise man would have sat back and said, okay, what did Pitroda say? He asked a question. Okay, he's entitled to ask a question. I don't need to react.
Right.
Okay. So it's a matter of style. Okay.
And now that the elections have been announced, sir, what do you think are the key issues that these elections are going to be fought on?
Again, I'm not an expert. I'm not an economist, not a political scientist, not a politician. But as a professional, I would say the real challenge today in India is twofold. One, jobs. Jobs at all levels, urban, rural, high-tech, low-tech, agricultural, construction, you name it. And new jobs in large number at lowest possible investment. Jobs of tomorrow. Second is really inclusion. And I think inclusion to me is much deeper idea. Inclusion is all about democracy, freedom, equality,
Right.
Respect, access. Inclusion is not about religion or caste. Okay. Inclusion is about also your rights. Okay. So these two go hand in hand. If you don't have inclusion, I don't think you can create jobs. Because you got to create jobs for everybody. And inclusion implies the whole platform. You can't create jobs in isolation.
Right.
Okay? So that's why I think these two things go hand in hand from my perspective.
And so you just mentioned that, inclusion is different from, in terms of religion.